Hey, official welcome to everyone that's joined us today for our webinar. Again, this is a part of our Healthy Utah Community Learning Network. So welcome to all of you. If you've been with us before, welcome back. If you're new, we're happy to have you. My name's Alicia Duquara. I'm the Executive Director at Get Healthy Utah, and I'm joined with some new staff. That's part of our announcements. We've got some new changes for the new year at Get Healthy Utah. So just wanted to go through a quick of those announcements. So here's our new staff. If you knew Morgan Haddon, she was our prior program coordinator, and she was with us for 5 years at Get Healthy Utah. And she's now the new executive director at the Utah Public Health Association. So sad to have her leave, but excited for her. And then our part-time staff, Devin, also took a new opportunity as well. So we have two new staff today with us, and I'll let them come off and say hi in a second. Emma Andresen is our new program coordinator, and then Megan Larson is our new community health specialist. So, Emma, if you want to come off, and then Megan, if you're here as well.
Sure, thanks, Alicia. And hi, everybody. Like Alicia said, I'm Emma Andreessen, and I'm the new program coordinator at Get Healthy Utah. My background is in public health. I have a bachelor's in public health from the University of Iowa, and I'm currently in my last year of my master's degree in the Department of City and Metropolitan Planning at the University of Utah. So I'm really interested in just the intersection between the built environment and public health. And Get Healthy Utah does some incredible work in that area. So I'm really excited to be here and to get started. Thank you.
And I'm Megan Larson. Like Alicia said, I am the new part-time staff for Get Healthy Utah as a community health specialist. I also have my background in public health, have my bachelor's degree that I just finished up at Brigham Young University. And I also have a few years experience working as an instructor at a technical college for a medical assisting program. So kind of different side of health, but I'm very passionate about public health. And so I'm really excited to be in this role now to help with the awesome things that Get Healthy Utah does.
Awesome. Thanks, Emma and Megan. So, again, for those that work on the Healthy Utah Community designation, Emma will be your new Morgan. So you can email her or just email our info at gethealthyutah.org and we'll make sure to assist you. For the Healthy Utah Community designation, our next application deadline is March 1st for any cities and towns on here that are interested or that need to be redesignated. That's our next deadline. You can find all the information on our website or again, reach out to us. And then I have to, legislative session starts this week, so that's top of mind at Get Healthy Utah. We will be participating tomorrow at the Nonprofit Day on the Hill. So if you happen to be at the Capitol tomorrow, come say hi to us. We also are seeking an appropriation request, and we do that every year to help support our Healthy Utah community program efforts. So we're going to do that again. It goes through the Social Services Appropriation Committee. So this is our little shout out to all of you. If you have your legislators that are on that committee, we will be emailing throughout the session to ask for your support to reach out, say Healthy Communities program is amazing and awesome, and to get your legislators to support that request. So encourage everyone to follow the legislative session and advocate for those bills that you're passionate about that will help build healthy communities. And then finally, we can transition to why we're all here today. We're excited to have Every Kids Outdoor be our webinar presentation for today. Here joining us, we have Ashley Brown, who's the Every Kids Outdoor Specialist. We have Rebecca, who is the EKO Community Partner Specialist. And then we have Carly, who's one of their partners, who's a park ranger at Sand Hollow Park. So without further ado, I'll give these ladies the next, they'll present for about 25 minutes, and then we'll have time for questions and discussion as well. So I will stop sharing my screen and you ladies can share if you need to and take it away. Thank you.
Um, well, thank you so much, Alicia. We are super excited to be here and also for our partnership. And before we go into our presentation, I figured we'd do a quick introduction. So my name is Ashley Brown. I work on the Utah's Every Kid Outdoor initiative, and we are thrilled about working with Get Healthy Utah to empower kids to spend time outside. And Rebecca, why don't you introduce yourself next?
Hi, I'm Rebecca Rawlings. I'm the newest addition to Utah's Every Kid Outdoor team. I'm working with community partners specifically, as well as working on some of the visual design. Yeah.
Cool. And Carly, would you give yourself an introduction as well, please?
I'm Carly. I'm the park ranger over at Sand Hollow, Utah's busiest state park, and I'm so excited to be a part of the EKO initiative because I used to be a kid once and I liked playing outside and I still like playing outside. So now I get paid to do so.
Yay. Okay, thank you. And everybody, can you see my screen? Is that coming up all right? Awesome. Okay, so we're each gonna share a little bit about the program. I'll get started, then I'll hand it over to Rebecca, and then Carly will kind of finish up by giving some real life examples of what a community partner is. So we are Utah's Every Kid Outdoor Initiative, and we are part of the Division of Outdoor Recreation, which is part of the Department of Natural Resources. And so all that is that we are a state-funded program and initiative. So we are really excited to grow our program this year, and that's part of the reason why we're here at this Get Healthy Utah webinar, because we're talking about more ways to empower kids to spend time outside. So we have some kind of startling facts, and a big thank you to the Division of Outdoor Recreation Deputy Director of Grants, Tara McKee, who's put together some really compelling information. And all this information is going to be available at the end of our presentation. So don't feel like you have to take notes. We'll have a couple of QR codes that you can scan and get all the information, but pretty startling facts. And this survey was actually, and this research was actually conducted in 2010. So I imagine now, 15 years down the line, it might even be more. But in 2010, children ages 8 to 18 were spending over 7.5 hours a day on their screen for recreation. This isn't for school, this is for recreation. And so you all might have some ideas about how this might not be good for kids or actually humans in general. It can negatively impact their brain development. It can increase instances of myopia or nearsightedness. It's associated with risks of internet addiction and cognitive decline. Too much screen time can contribute to sensory overload, and even it can have effects on gross and small motor skills like coordination deficits and struggles with dynamic movement. So these are pretty startling facts, and we're here to tell you that there's some good news, that there's an antidote to all this screen time, and that is spending time outside. So when kids spend time outside, it can literally be a wonderful antidote to the negative impacts of screen time. It can increase mental and emotional well-being. It can help reduce stress. And I'm sure as adults, we've all felt this as well. In fact, today I'm like, I must go on a walk a little bit because I need that time outside as well. And it enhances our resilience and strengthens our relationships. Academic performance improves when kids spend time outside. Cognitive growth. So kids will increase their attention span and improve emotional regulation. There are the obvious physical health improvements when kids spend time outside. And additionally, it can reduce the risk of obesity. And interestingly enough, there's some great studies that show free play outside has a greater impact on reducing the risk of obesity than structured sports. So it's really important to have this free play outside. And then social skills and development. It can create stronger friendships and capacity for teamwork. So that is our why. This is what we're up to. And our mission is to promote a healthy, active, nature-filled childhood for all of Utah's youth. And we're doing that in several ways. One, we have the Adventure Challenge. We're going to get into details about what that is exactly. And we have partnerships. We have strategic partnerships like with Get Healthy Utah, and we have partnerships with community partners. These might be rec centers, educators, nonprofits. And what we're doing and our ambition is that we are hoping to make outdoor recreation accessible regardless of Utahns' background or experience so that every child can benefit from the physical, emotional, and mental well-being that comes with an active outdoor childhood. So we have three approach, and this term, nature deficit disorder, if you're not familiar with it, it was coined by Richard Louv in his groundbreaking book, which was published in 2020, so almost 25 years ago, and it was called called Saving America from Nature Deficit Disorder, and the subtitle Last Child in the Woods. So if you haven't read the book, fantastic information, and also really a launching point for now what is a great resource of information and research about how beneficial it is to spend time outside. So our three approaches are families. In 2025, we really targeted working with families. Our Adventure Challenge is 14 ways that families can get creative about spending time outside. And this is meant to be interpretive, it's meant to be fun, it's meant to be, there's no wrong way a family can take these themes and spend time outside using the resources that are available to them. In 2025, the Division of Outdoor Recreation hosted an event every month. In 2026, we're taking what we've learned and we're going to host an event every quarter. And these events are throughout the state. So we have one in Salt Lake, we have one at Sand Hollow in southern Utah in April, we have one in Vernal, and then we also have one at Utah State University. And then, of course, another approach is working with educators. So Karen Bell, education specialist, joined the Every Kid Outdoors team, and she has just taken a fantastic and creative approach to creating a curriculum hub, to engaging with educators, to connecting educators with experience-based field trips. And this is her information here. If anybody thinks that they would like to connect with Karen from an education perspective, or maybe offering place-based field trips or things like that, please take her email, or you can contact us and we'll make sure you get a hold of her. And then also, importantly, is our community partners. So community and partners include strategic partners like Get Healthy Utah. That also includes municipalities, nonprofits, state parks, outdoor recreation organizations, and really anybody any company, anybody in the community that wants to help us promote encouraging kids to spend time outside. And then we are currently building our health and medical partnerships strategic plan. So stay tuned for that. Awesome. So what we'll cover today, we're going to cover an overview of Utah's Every Kid Outdoor initiative. Rebecca will tell us about the Adventure Challenge and the Passport, which she designed, and it's absolutely stunning. And then we're going to talk, importantly, about paths to partnership. A very important thing is how our collaboration with Get Healthy Utah and how being an Every Kid Outdoor partner can help you with your Get Healthy Utah designation. We'll do an overview of youth engagement grants because these are a great benefit for our partners. And then Carly will give us some insights about her experience being an Every Kid Outdoor community partner this past year and the next steps. So I'm going to hand it over to Rebecca, and she's going to give us a little bit of information about the Adventure Challenge and the Passport.
Great. Thanks, Ashley. I'm super excited to share about the Outdoor Adventure Challenge. These are 14 different themes, different ways to get outside, and they're based on the 2019 Utah Children's Bill of Rights, which said that children in Utah have a right to do so many of these different things outside, such as view the stars and experience a wild place and observe wildlife. So based on that, we developed these 14 challenges. Last year, 2025 was the first year that we as a state had done this challenge. So we're learning from that and making it even better for this year. So how this challenge works, Ashley, if you can go to the next slide. Kids can register with the help of an adult. They don't have to register to do the challenge, but if you do sign up and then track your progress as you go using our survey that can be found on our website, then if you complete all 14 challenges by the end of the year, you can be entered to win some exciting prizes. We've learned that prizes are people are very incentivized by prizes, but in order to stay true to our values, we wanted these prizes to be experience-based things that can help reward kids' efforts with more real-world experience. So we just gave away some of these prizes a few weeks ago for last year. And we gave away some amazing things that from our generous donors, such as some climbing gym passes, lift tickets, passes to Tracy Aviary and Thanksgiving Point, and other places to help keep the adventure going. So that is another possible path to partnership as well. Ashley will mention in a little bit. If you guys are interested in helping to reward kids' efforts with some experience-based prizes, we would be interested in partnering with you as a sponsor as well. But as far as the Adventure Challenge goes, and for families, when kids complete a challenge, they can earn a little badge. We have little stickers. This past year, we just had stickers, but this year we have this Adventure Challenge passport, which will have not only those stickers, but then a page for each adventure, each of these 14 adventures, where as kids complete the challenges, they can add the little sticker on their page. In addition, there's lots of different prompts of how to complete each challenge, because there's not just one way to do it. They can be interpreted for all ages and ability levels. There's some ideas in this passport. Our team has developed quite an extensive, some extensive resources on just different ways to get outside, which you can find on our website. There's also exciting ways to journal and draw, fun activities for kids to do. Additionally, all of the places and plants and animals referenced in the passport are all native to Utah. So we hope that this will be a memento and a keepsake for kids as they adventure outside and help build a lifelong love of the outdoors. So thank you. I'll pass it back to you, Ashley.
Thank you, Rebecca. So here are a few pictures from the 12 events that we hosted this past year, and they went really well. There was a huge response from community members, from families. They were really enthusiastic. The component of being free and offering opportunities for families to try something that they maybe hadn't was awesome. So we are asking our partners to help us host events across the state. So we're going to continue to do 4 events. Our 4 events are going to be a little bit bigger. We're looking to host, over 500 participants, or at least 500 participants at each of our events, and continue that, creating those opportunities for kids to spend time outside. And we're hoping our community partners can help us as well. So that's what we're going to talk about. Our paths to partnership. There's 3 types of partnerships. There's distribution centers. So these are places where families can pick up the Adventure Challenge passport. There are community hubs. Oftentimes, a community hub might be a distribution center. And also, community hubs host about 4 events a year. If you are an organization and you want to partner with us and you don't think you can host 4 events a year, that's totally fine. We still want to be your partner. That's kind of our ideal number. And then there are some partners who might naturally be hosting 12 or 15 events. So our ambition is that you're going to host some events and that you will incorporate the Every Kid Outdoor Adventure Challenge themes into those events. And what's really important is, just like with families, and we're trying to empower families to spend time outside, being creative, using the resources they have, it's the same with our community partners and our community hubs. It's all about using the resources that are available in your community, highlighting local geography. And so a lot of times you might not need to change much of anything. It might be as simply as putting a creative spin about earning a certain Adventure Challenge passport badge at an event, or multiple ones. And then, of course, another path to partnership are sponsors. So Get Healthy Utah is a strategic partner, and that we're working with them. We also have some really important sponsors that are prize donors, like Rebecca mentioned. These prizes are big motivators for kids to get outside. If you are listening and you think you have an experience-based prize that you would like us to include in our 2026 prize drawing, we'd love to hear from you. Venue donors are also hugely supportive. We have our 4 venues picked out for 2026, but that doesn't mean your organization might not be a great venue for 2027. And then tabling. People have shown up, they have tabled, they have provided resources at our events, and that is also a wonderful path to partnership and sponsorship. So, how it works. We have a system now that provides some guidelines about the benefits and the structure of our partnership. So, there is a registration survey. That QR code will be at the end of this conversation. We have a short video, 3 to 5 minutes. It's going to be ready in the next several weeks. And we're asking that about 50% of the patron-facing staff watch the video so that when a family comes up and says, hey, we want to sign up for this adventure challenge, what is it? Your staff can easily explain, this is what the adventure challenge is. This is how you sign up. And then, of course, the adventure part. So depending on the partnership, you will either help us distribute passports or you might host events or both. There is a promotional component where we share your information about events you're hosting on our community calendar on our newly to be unveiled, revamped website where the community calendar takes center stage. And then, of course, we ask you to share information about our free quarterly events through your newsletters or posting them in your facility. And important for community partners, we are tracking how many passports go out, how the events are received in the community. And so there's a quarterly check-in survey where we ask for feedback. We ask you to order more passports and to let us know how many passports you have distributed. And we have quarterly focus group meetings, which provide peer-to-peer mentorship and important support for your Every Kid Outdoor community partner journey. So, benefits of partnership. As promised, there is a big benefit for people who are designating or looking to redesignate or be designated as a Get Healthy Utah city. And so there's, as you know, if you're here, you probably do. There's 3 components that each city for Get Healthy Utah is going to address. And depending on the city size, they might be doing one or more than one. So there's the physical activity, there's access to healthy food, and then there's the mental health component. Well, Every Kid Outdoors falls really into 2 of those. The active living, there's 2 components. There is the offering free or low cost community sports, outdoor related events. That would be a community hub. And then improve physical activity by promoting resources in schools. And that would be educators that collaborate with our education specialist, Karen Bell. And that's a great way to earn the active living part of that designation. And then the mental health. And for mental health, implementing a program that promotes connection with nature, well, implementing the Every Kid Outdoor program does provide connection with nature. So those are important ways to collaborate with Get Healthy Utah. Also, our partners can have a more robust application for grant funding. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And as mentioned before, the Community Partner Focus Group provides peer-to-peer mentorship opportunities and also support as being a community partner. We are hoping that when you are Every Kid Outdoor community partner, you'll see increased traffic. You will be listed on our website as a distribution center or hub on our map, so people who go to the website can find the name of your organization. We will cross-promote your events on our community calendar, potentially on our newsletter, and then we are going to provide any community partner a free welcome kit. So that includes an informational poster, a window cling, a reference sheet, and then for distribution centers, there'll be a display box, and then the passports, of course. And as a community partner, you will receive a quarterly newsletter with resources and upcoming events. And then, of course, you can feel good if you sign up to be a community partner by knowing that you are promoting an active outdoor childhood for youth in your area. So a little bit about youth engagement grants. Here's the information for Caroline Weiler. She's the Youth Engagement Program Manager. She oversees these outdoor recreation-based grants. One of them is UCOR. UCOR is all about creating experiences for kids to spend time outside, which fits perfectly into community hubs, creating experiences for families to get outside in the community. And then, of course, there are also outdoor classroom grants. And so people that or organizations that can qualify for application are education institutions, municipalities, that can be cities, towns, counties, tribal governments, nonprofits. And there's so many ways to get creative about empowering kids in your family to spend time outside. As an Every Kid Outdoor partner, you'll have access to mentorship for these grants and also for some great connections in your community. And the more connections and the more ways you're collaborating as a community to bring kids into nature, the more compelling a grant can be. And then I'm going to pass it over to Carly, who has been a fantastic community hub even before we had the words for it. And she's going to give us a little bit of information about her experience. Carly, do you want to share your screen?
I have nothing to share.
Great.
I am a big yapper, so I didn't bring any pictures. So we found you at a seminar, and my park manager was absolutely hooked. She has kids of her own. She's like, this is such a great idea. She gave me Caroline's card and went, run with it. And I was like, I can sprint. So we just started looking at what you had to offer and figured out how it could work with our park. And obviously we're a reservoir park, so the very first one we did was a water adventure. And I scrambled and with our concessionaires managed to get 7 kayaks together, and we had just, it was the best event. We had 7 kids who'd never kayaked before, and their parents honestly were more excited than they were, but it just for like an hour and a half, these kids were just having so much fun. And then to follow suit with that one, we did free fishing day for observing wildlife. And so we did some interagency collaboration with DWR, and we had so many kids show up who'd never fished before, and every single kid got at least one fish. And just as soon as they realized what they were doing, their faces changed a little bit. But before that pivotal moment, they were just so stoked. They had the fish on the line, and it just was like, these kids had never done this before. And so that really got us going. And, you know, some events weren't as popular. We did do a stewardship event, and nobody wants to come and pull weeds for free. So not all of our events have been super duper successful in the sense of people, but we're running them monthly. We're growing our outreach. We tried to figure out how to get kids more engaged. And so it's up to our community partners. We're reaching out to schools. We're working out with homeschooling groups. There are so many things that we're doing. And even with like the lack of success in some events, we've grown so much that we're ready for 2026. In April, we're doing one of your quarterlies, and we're so excited because we're already seeing some feedback from local groups. And on Saturday, we stole some boards and sleds from Coral Pink, and we're hosting an EKO event that I've gotten so many emails about because parents don't know that this is a thing. And they're like, can we bring our kids? Absolutely. And so it genuinely, like, EK, like as a park ranger, my job is to spread education and awareness, but it's hard to do that when kids aren't here. And so creating this space for kids specifically is fantastic. And I'm like, we're so excited for 2026 because as soon as we get your box, like we're sprinting, and all of our gate staff are super prepared. Because of you guys, like I've really started streamlining our junior ranger booklet. And so like we're just super excited for 2026 based off the success that we had in 2025. And I say success, the whole program was successful because even if kids didn't show up, we learned so much. And I would say, not to like toot my own horn, but because of how prominent we were with you guys, other parks are now taking initiatives. I know Snow Canyon's taking up after us, and they're asking me a bunch of questions. I'm like, I just show up and I act like a kid. And if I think it would be fun, then I'm sure kids would have fun too. And so we're super stoked for the 2026 year. And we're really hoping to see more kids. And just to go off on a bit of a tangent, not necessarily EKO related, but EKO sparked it. We just got a grant, and now we're going to be hosting field trips to match the high school's physical education requirements. And even though it's not an EKO specific event, because of EKO, it just expanded our horizons. And now we're going to get even more kids outdoors doing things that they didn't know that they could do. And so we've got kayaks and fishing poles and nature journals. We're really, really excited.
Well, thank you so much, Carly. We're thrilled that you are such an early adopter and leading the way in so many ways for people to follow your example. And, I want to reiterate something Carly said, like as we're really just launching this community partnership program, the success is putting on the event. And some events might be really popular and some events might not be as popular. And so our metrics of success this first year is trying it and learning as you go. And so we want to encourage our community partners to keep that really positive attitude. And yeah, we're super excited about the event in April. We'll have information about that on our website. If you're in the area or you want to visit, it's going to be really fun. You can bring your kids. So what's next? There is a registration survey. We'll have a QR code linked on the subsequent pages. We have a comprehensive partner playbook. So everything we talked about here is available in the playbook, plus even more details. That is also going to be linked as a QR code. We will have the short training video and welcome packets. They're going to be sent out at the beginning of February. There are, everything is actually heading to the printer now. So this is really exciting. And then our community partner focus group. So this is where you have opportunities for networking, for peer-to-peer mentorship, kind of like Carly gave some valuable perspectives here. That's going to be a big focus of our quarterly focus group. And we have the dates already set up. We do ask if you sign up to be a community hub that you try to commit to come to 2 dates a year, so about half of them. And we'll have our annual distribution center spring meeting in the spring, and that date is soon to be decided. So here are the QR codes. Please take a moment to scan them. There's the partner playbook, which has all the information we chatted about today. And if you've read the partner playbook and you already are ready to become a community partner, or maybe you don't need to read the partner playbook and you've heard enough and you know that this is a great fit for your organization, you can scan the registration code and that will get you set up and we'll get you your packet sent at the beginning of February and your videos. And thank you. We couldn't do it without you. We're surprisingly 2 minutes ahead, which that usually doesn't happen in my life, but I think now there's some time for Q&A and just like a huge thanks to Get Healthy Utah to partnering with us and helping us spread the word through this webinar, and we're excited to see what happens.
Yeah, thank you, Ashley, Rebecca, and Carly for bringing passion to us today. Doesn't everyone just want to go outside now? I do. I'm like, I'm ready for a walk too, Ashley. After this webinar, let's all go on a walk outside and get some fresh air. So, thank you again. And yeah, we'll definitely have time for questions. I'm going to throw the link to our webinar survey real quick in the chat. If you guys can take that, give us your feedback on this webinar and future webinars that you want to hear from. And then, yeah, feel free to put questions in the chat right now or come off mute. We will send a follow-up email with these materials as well. Ashley gave the materials to me, so I'll make sure to send this recording, the materials, in a follow-up email to all of you as well. And again, like Ashley said, for those cities and towns, this work definitely counts for your Healthy Utah Community designation. So we have about 10 minutes for comments, questions. Again, you can ask in the chat or come off mute. And I see one in the chat already are languages. Multiple languages for passports.
I'm so glad you asked that, Robin. We don't have them printed in the first wave, and yes, Spanish will definitely be a language that will be the next passport reiteration, and hopefully we'll have that ready in the next month or so, and then we'll go from there. Are there any other specific languages you're thinking about aside from Spanish?
And we'll see if she chats that. I see Carolyn, you came off mute. Did you have a question?
Yes, where is Sam Hollow located?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
Where is Sam Hollow?
Oh, where's Sand Hollow?
We are down in the St. George area. We're technically in Hurricane, so we're about 2 hours from Vegas.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Got to get down there and visit Sand Hollow. Are there any ADA accommodations being provided for participants in the quarterly events? Do the lessons have adaptations for exceptional learners?
Yes, so I'm also really glad that you asked that. Some of our key partners, especially even in 2025, have been the National Ability Center and Wasatch Adaptive Sports. And we have invited the National Ability Center to participate in our events and provide accommodations for some of the events. It might not be possible to provide an accommodation for every activity, but certainly that is an important consideration. And then do the lessons have adaptation for exceptional learners? And can you clarify which specific lessons you're thinking about, Jamie?
Yes, hi, Ashley. So my questions were the lessons, I guess I was referring to, there's suggestions that are for different activities. If you're going to be a hub, there's different activities that we have the option of hosting. Do you have adaptations in there so that if we have participants who want to come and be active outdoors, that we have that option of having something also prepared for them?
Absolutely. So we actually, on our next focus group, our key speaker is Wasatch Adaptive Sports, and we're hoping that they'll be able to provide some resources for our community hubs, thinking along those lines. And then, we're learning as we grow. So this is definitely a thing that we're thinking about and considering. So if you have any additional feedback or organizations we should be working with, yes, please. I also would plug that the Culture City, if you're not familiar with Culture City, it's such a fantastic group. It's not associated with the state of Utah. It's actually an international organization that provides sensory bags, and that can be a great resource for any community hub or any organization that wants to be considerate of neurodivergent populations.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Can a city be a distribution hub to start and work to be a place to host an event later?
Absolutely, Cynthia. Yes. So when you sign up through the registration survey, you can select to be only a distribution center. And so that's great. We'll have your address on our map. People will know where to come and pick up the passports. And then as you're ready, you can think about hosting events later down the line, and you can re-register quarterly, so if it's, the first 6 months you want to be a distribution hub, and then you think, okay, actually now we're a distribution center, and now we're ready to start hosting events, that's perfect.
And then building off of that, can smaller programs and events be counted towards the partner requirements?
Yes. So that's another big thing is a lot of our partners are already hosting events in their communities. And so it's as simple as getting creative about the Adventure Challenge themes, choosing which theme might fit best into the event you're already hosting, and then making sure to promote that event towards families. And in our playbook, there's some helpful information about advertising. We found that advertising through schools is a great way to get your information to families. And so we actually really want to encourage our community partners who are hosting events to think about what they're already doing and then incorporate some of these Adventure Challenge themes into those events.
Awesome. And then I see that Howard came on camera. Did you have a question or comment, Howard?
Yes, I do. First of all, very much enjoyed the presentation and the work that all of you do. I'm with a nonprofit called Real Day, where we encourage families and youth to go do something real, stay off social media and screens the first day of every month. I was not startled because I've seen those statistics, but grateful that you opened your presentation with some mental health statistics. So my question is, do you envision ever having a mechanism to track the efficacy of EKO in terms of pre-event, post-event, standard mental wellness, happiness, mood kind of surveys, or any ability to allow you and others to get more grants to testify before Congress and say, this is really changing lives?
I really love that question, Howard. And I want to say yes, that is something we're thinking about and something that's important. And then in transparency, it might not be immediately that we start implementing those tracking tools. In the future, we are looking at having an app, which could be a great way to gather some of that data. And I do, I believe Tara McKee is on this call, and I'm not sure, Tara, you might have something to say about this. And if you do, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So Howard, this last year was our pilot year, a proof of concept year. We are going to be doing some polling, maybe not as intense this year. And just in case hackles rise when we say something about doing a app, that it was meant to engage teenagers who might not be thrilled about the paper passport, although that's available to every age. We just want to make sure that we're engaging all ages in a way that will get them outside and off their phones. We have been getting research that we have partnered with the Nature and Human Health Initiative at the University of Utah, and we are going to be making that available very soon. Most of it is aimed at educators, and it will be really showing educators how much better children can learn and retain concepts and pay attention more in school when they have more time outdoors. And also, some lessons are so much better in an outdoor environment. Think of some of the science you may have learned or the cultural concepts that you learned on a field trip in the outdoors and how that has lasted with you all these years. So we're hoping to make that available, and of course through those grants, which we can tell you more about. But Howard, as we partnered with you that very first rollout at Mill Creek Common, we hope to do so again and join forces in that way. Thank you.
Well, Tara, thank you again, and that's good information. One idea just popped into my head. Maybe consider some of the schools who have interested students or media departments or whatever might want to do some just fun man on the street interviews at the events that you can post on your website, because I heard some anecdotal stories that you shared, that you've all shared, about how people were surprised, impressed, amazed, thrilled, felt better. And there's nothing like a little clip, to put on websites. We are not anti-social media. Responsible social media can help. I know all the cities that we work with have their Instagram feeds and their websites to promote activities. And we just say, when you're doing something fun with everyone, the people you love and care about, choose without, meaning stow the phone.
Right.
And maybe that's a real day overlay you could put on everything that you're doing this year. So thank you.
Thank you. And yes, we do plan on those man on the street interviews over the course of this year. So thank you.
Yeah. We'll be getting our own social media page currently we've just been on the Division of Outdoor Recreations page, but we'll be getting our own Every Kid Outdoor one within the next few months. So we would definitely love to work together with you as well.
Look forward to it.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, we're at our last minute. So again, a reminder to take that survey. And then if you have any follow-up questions, Ashley and her team are happy to help. Again, I'll send up a follow-up email with the materials and everything. But thank you for being with us today during your lunch hour and learning about this important and awesome initiative, and hope that we can get more people outdoors this year. Hopefully everyone has a great, fantastic rest of your afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.